Hello, everyone. We're going to allow just a few moments for those who are in the waiting room to walk in the virtual door for today's very special occasion. And I keep seeing the room filling as we see the count go up with friends, guests, loved ones from throughout the country. And it looks like our virtual room or auditorium at this point is filled. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rick Page. I'm Dean of the UVM Larner College of Medicine, and I'm so pleased to welcome you today to take part of one of the University of Vermont's most revered traditions, the Endowed Faculty Investiture Ceremony. Today is a new chapter in UVM's history, the first online investiture, necessitated by our need to stay safe and combat the current pandemic. We're so pleased that technology enables us to gather this way. Today, we have the pleasure of recognizing and celebrating Dr. Thomas Peterson as the inaugural holder of the Morris Goldman Professorship of Family Medicine. We're privileged to have a number of special guests joining us today to mark this auspicious occasion, including UVM President Suresh Garamella, from whom you'll hear shortly, Dr. Patty Prelock, Provost and Senior Vice President, and Mr. Shane Jacobson, UVM Foundation President and CEO. Let me begin by expressing our gratitude to Dr. Harriet Goldman, the second doctor in the Goldman lineage, and Mr. Michael Kaplan, who have joined us here today. Their generous gift to create a professorship will foster the work of Dr. Thomas Peterson and his colleagues in the Department of Family Medicine, and will contribute to their missions of research, education, and clinical care. This gift's origins go back nearly a century to a day in the mid-1920s when Morris Goldman came to Burlington as a member of the UVM class of 1929. He continued here and received his medical degree in 1932. Dr. Morris Goldman always expressed a deep gratitude for the University and College of Medicine for helping him achieve his dream of becoming a physician at a time when very few schools accepted students without regard to race, creed, or religion. Dr. Morris Goldman went on to a career as a quintessential family physician, for whom caring for his patients meant always having his doctor's bag close by, ready for house calls at any time, day or night. As his daughter, Dr. Harriet Goldman, recalls, his most important resources were the tools in his bag and the 5 senses he honed over years of practice. These were lessons that I'm sure guided Dr. Harriet Goldman during her own career as a dentist and public health professional and associate clinical professor in the dental practice at Columbia University. Dr. Harriet Goldman and her husband have built their own record of service to their community. Dr. Goldman in her teaching and clinical practice, and Mr. Kaplan in his years as Vice President and Chief Counsel of the Mutual Life Insurance Company of New York, and then in his second career as Deputy Counsel and Deputy Secretary of Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. I'd like to acknowledge the work of the University of Vermont Foundation in helping Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan honor Dr. Morris Goldman's legacy of care. During the university's most recent campaign, the foundation raised over $581 million for UVM and the UVM Medical Center, including $290 million for the academic health sciences. Significantly, the foundation helped donors such as Dr. Goldman and Mr. Kaplan establish new endowed faculty positions. Today, the university boasts 124 endowed chairs and professors, 64 of those associated with the Larner College of Medicine. We're extremely proud today to welcome Dr. Peterson to our esteemed faculty that hold such endowments. Appointments to an endowed position are among the highest academic honors the University of Vermont can bestow upon the faculty members thereof. This allows the university to recognize and celebrate academic achievement and to further encourage scholarly and service excellence. Endowed faculty positions are a tribute to the holder and a permanent legacy for the donors who established them. Named chairs and professorships help ensure the quality and strength of our faculty for years to come and clearly reflect the interests and hopes of the donors who establish and support them. Endowed professorships and chairs are also important in recruiting and retaining the most creative researchers, the most effective teachers, and the best clinicians. Exceptional faculty members like Dr. Peterson in turn create a dynamic and engaging academic environment that attracts outstanding students. For all these reasons, on behalf of the Larner College of Medicine, we're tremendously grateful for this generous gift. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce President Suresh Garamella to offer his thoughts on this investiture. Please join me in welcoming him.
Thank you, Dean Page. What a wonderful day. And thanks to all of you for being here today to show your support for this outstanding member of our faculty and to celebrate the vision and generosity of Dr. Harriet Goldman and Michael Kaplan. While it is necessary for us to meet online for this ceremony, I'm very glad that I've had the chance to meet personally with Harriet in the recent past and hear firsthand about their enthusiasm for supporting the work of Dr. Goldman's alma mater. Harriet, I hope we have a chance soon to get together in person. As president of UVM, it is my great privilege to take part in this significant academic tradition and to recognize Dr. Peterson for his exceptional service to medicine, to this community, and to the university. Through his dedication to clinical care, public service, and teaching, Dr. Peterson saves and improves lives. And the need for dedicated medical professionals has never been clearer than in our current worldwide crisis. The Larner College of Medicine's contributions to the health and well-being of our community through clinical care, training, and research are among the most important and visible ways that UVM fulfills its mission of engagement as a land-grant university. As president, I will do everything I can to increase support for faculty like Dr. Peterson and for the Larner College of Medicine. Dr. Peterson, you're an exceptional member of the UVM family, and I'm so happy to welcome you to our growing ranks of endowed professors and chairs. Congratulations again.
Thank you, President Garamella. It's now my pleasure to share with all of you a bit more about the recipient of the professorship we're recognizing today, Dr. Thomas Peterson. After graduating with high honors from the University of California at Santa Barbara, Dr. Peterson earned his medical degree from the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry, followed by residency and family practice in what was then the Medical Center Hospital of Vermont, now the UVM Medical Center, where he served as chief resident in his final year. He joined the faculty at UVM and the Medical Center in 1986, rising to full professor in 2002. He served as director of the Family Medicine Residency Program from 1993 to 2004 and was named the department's vice chair for clinical affairs in 2004. He became acting chair and physician leader in 2006 and then assumed interim leadership in 2008. In 2010, he was named to his current position as chair of the Department of Family Medicine. Dr. Peterson is a board-certified family physician practicing at Colchester Family Practice, where in addition to treating patients, he participates in the clinical education of our medical students. Over the course of his career, he's cared for 3 generations of families and has provided maternity, newborn, pediatric, adult, geriatric, and hospice care through clearly the entire spectrum of human life. He also provides sports medicine and addiction care, as well as inpatient service. For his work, he's been recognized as the Vermont Family Physician of the Year by the Vermont Academy of Family Physicians. Dr. Peterson has a strong belief in the primacy of longitudinal continuity care and a comprehensive approach to the foundation of family and primary care. He's been twice voted Family Practice Teacher of the Year and has been named to the National Best Doctors in America listing. In 2010, he was recognized with the Living the Leadership Award from UVM Medical Center. He's past president of the Vermont Academy of Family Physicians, and for more than 30 years, he's been an active member of the Society of Teachers of Family Medicine. Dr. Peterson is a founding board member of the Vermont Respite House. He's also past chair of the board of University Health Center and currently is chair of the board for the UVM Health Network Medical Group. He also serves on the University Medical Education Associates Board and the UVM Health Network Home Health and Hospice Board. At the national level, he's served in leadership as chair of the Bylaws Committee of the American Academy of Family Physicians. Dr. Peterson is a faculty development scholar of the University of California, San Diego in the area of addressing the health of the underserved. He's also a fellow of the National Institute of Family Medicine Residency Program Directors. He was instrumental in the forming in 2016 of the Family Medicine Residency at Champlain Valley Physicians Hospital. In everything he does, Dr. Peterson demonstrates a commitment to the teaching of our residents and students and improving the quality of care for his patients. For years to come, the people of our region will be grateful that a physician of Dr. Peterson's curiosity, intellect, expertise, and humanity has chosen to make a career here at the University of Vermont. We will now present Dr. Peterson with a medallion that marks this occasion and signifies his status as a holder of an endowed faculty position. We expect that he will wear it with pride, with his academic regalia at commencement and other university functions. Dr. Peterson, will you please prepare to receive the medallion? Dr. Peterson is a highly respected researcher, clinician, teacher, and scholar. He has dedicated his career to improving the lives of patients and families who face complex and challenging journeys. Through his research, teaching, and leadership, he ensures that we are constantly improving our ability to care for patients here in Vermont and around the world. His work has brought great distinction to the Larner College of Medicine at the University of Vermont. Dr. Thomas Peterson, the inaugural Morris Goldman Professor of Family Medicine, we honor you today with this medallion. This serves as an enduring symbol of the excellence you strive to achieve in all aspects of your professional life. Dr. Peterson, congratulations. A virtual round of applause for Dr. Peterson. I'd now like to invite Dr. Peterson to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Dean Page. That was just like magic. Greetings. Greetings to all my colleagues and friends and family, and most of all to Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan. I'd like to thank Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan for their meaningful generosity in honor of Harriet's father, Dr. Morris Goldman. And I'm very proud to represent Dr. Morris Goldman and his legacy and contributions to healthcare as the Morris Goldman 2932 MD Professor of Family Medicine. I accept this honor on behalf of my department and our medical school, whose support for family medicine and our shared values is unparalleled. I'd like to take a moment to connect values, action, and presence. Dr. Morris Goldman had the utmost respect for his patients. He cherished the relationship. As a general practitioner, as a family physician, he was an astute diagnostician who used all of his senses, observation, listening, and experiential reasoning to come to excellent outcomes. His humanistic success came through his communication and connection with his patients. He believed in equity and demonstrated his commitment to access by working out of his own home. He was committed to meeting patients where they are physically and in terms of their health determinants, and often that meant home visits and dedicating time with patients earning their trust. His example is both an inspiration and in alignment with modern family medicine. Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan have been dedicated to reinforce and honor these values in family medicine care, education, and scholarship by supporting academic family medicine at our institution, the University of Vermont. Dr. Morris Goldman chose to study in Vermont because of opportunity and an environment of equity. His lifetime commitment to social justice rings through to today and will continue to inspire us. At the Larner College of Medicine, at the UVM Health Network, and in the Department of Family Medicine, we are passionate about professionalism, about addressing social injustice and racism, and for creating opportunity and access for patients, learners, and professionals. Dr. Goldman provides a vision and a North Star for us. This generous gift will impact family medicine in perpetuity. Patients and communities, learners, and family medicine educators will all benefit. As mentioned, Dr. Morris Goldman had a passion for home visits as a social equalizer, as a clinical tool, as a way to welcome patients, and to improve access. So, the very first initiative to be supported by this professorship will be an enhanced home visiting curriculum for students and for family medicine residents. Contemporaneously, this will align with the enhanced use and value of our new home visit, which is a telehealth visit, as well as a traditional visit to the home of the elderly, the hospice patient, and the indigent farm worker, just as Dr. Morris Goldman would do. Dr. Harriet Goldman, you are a retired dentist and dental educator, and along with your husband, Mr. Michael Kaplan, I want you to know that your gift is profound, meaningful, and will be enduring. Thank you, President Garamella, Provost Prelock, and Dean Page for your confidence in me as the inaugural holder of this honor for the University of Vermont. I want to thank our health leaders who have thoughtfully encouraged me, including Dean Page, Dr. Deschamps, and Dr. Brumstead. And thank you to the development team, including Ginger Lubkowitz, Ruth Henry, hi Ruth, Kevin McAteer, and Shane Jacobson for your skillful support for this professorship. Truly, it's not possible to mention all the appreciations that I would like to extend. I will start with my family medicine colleagues and residents and our patients for whom I go to work every day. I've had many mentors, and I will mention Dr. John Fogarty, Dr. Alan Ramsey, and Dr. Margaret Spruill as career guides. My family medicine leadership and administrative colleagues and clinical care team have been instrumental, including Dr. Alicia Jacobs, John King, Melissa Jarvis, and Dawn Richardson. I've been so fortunate. Shirley Pine and Lise Vance have kept me organized over my leadership years. And I've been wonderfully blessed with colleagues who've coached me. And as you can imagine, it's taken a number of them. So I am so appreciative of the wisdom and encouraging push from my colleagues, Elizabeth Madigan, Holly Van Winkle, Karen Vincent, and Elena Jensen. I have boundless appreciation for my family. I have 4 siblings for whom I have the greatest admiration and appreciation, and I'm so happy they're here today. And together, we are so grateful to our parents. Our parents left us with an indelible memory of sacrifice, dedication, trust, and love. My wife and I have 2 amazing, adventurous, and wonderful sons, and both are here today. Robert in Burlington, who is married to Cynthia, and our son Chris, who lives in California with his fiancée Sally. Thank you for your endless support. My most special thank you is to Rini, who is my wife and partner for 37 years. She is both my dearest friend and the most wonderful and loving life partner I could imagine. I am appreciative that we've been together every step of the way, and I love you so very much. I'll close by sharing how special it has been to get to know Harriet and Michael. They are a remarkable couple, a Renaissance couple, and they are influencers, and they seek to promote humanity and health. I know we are aligned, and I look forward to seeing Harriet and Michael in person again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Peterson, for those wonderful remarks. Again, a round of applause virtually, and it's so special that your loved ones are here with us as well. Congratulations. I'd now like to present a replica of the Goldman Professorship Medallion to Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan as a token of our appreciation. Your generosity has made possible this endowed professorship. This professorship will stand as an enduring legacy to Dr. Morris Goldman and to your commitment to fostering the missions of the university and the Larner College of Medicine. Please accept this duplicate of the medallion we have presented to Dr. Peterson. We hope it will serve as a tangible reminder of our thanks for your extraordinary support. Isn't that amazing how that happened? I'd now like to welcome Dr. Goldman and Mr. Kaplan to share their thoughts on this special occasion.
I'm so pleased to be here to honor my father for his legacy of service to the medical profession and the community. I used to call him a horse and buggy doctor, just like you see in the old Westerns. When asked, what kind of patients do you treat, he responded, from the womb to the tomb. That is what is needed today, or some variation thereof. He enjoyed his years at UVM, both as an undergraduate and a medical student, and he mentioned many times how grateful he is that the university helped him become a physician at a time when few medical schools accepted students without regard to race, creed, and religion. The medical school gave him his wonderful diagnostic skills. One time he diagnosed a patient with an ectopic pregnancy. I am told it was a difficult diagnosis, especially with having none of the laboratory and radiology armamentarium one has today. When he called the OB to refer the patient, he was told that it was probably a wrong diagnosis. Several days later, my father was proven correct. He was also very family-oriented. We took many trips together and enjoyed what New York and New York City had to offer culturally and historically. In addition, he followed my education very closely, studied with me, and quizzed me for all my exams. This was especially useful in dental school. He was my confidant, mentor, and advisor. I used his UVM anatomy notes along with his tutoring when I went to dental school. This was the only basic science course I received an A in, and I was exempt from the neuroanatomy final. I used his Zeiss microscope as well to study the slides in pathology, oral pathology, histology, and microbiology, and also used it when I studied for my oral medicine boards. Oral pathology was a large section of that exam. Coming from a family of physicians and dentists, I wanted to become one or the other. He took me to see the UVM campus, hoping I would follow in his footsteps. That was not to be, as I chose dentistry and went to NYU, which had a 7-year combined BA DDS program. So instead of enjoying this magnificent campus, I was a subway student for 7 years, but I traveled to Greenwich Village for 3 of them. We are delighted to have established this professorship in the so that the Goldman name will live on in perpetuity. My father only had daughters, and that is why I kept my maiden name as a practicing dentist to honor and remember him. Michael and I are very happy the inaugural Goldman professor will be Tom Peterson. When we visited last year, we were very impressed with him, the faculty, and all the programs his department developed with regard to family medicine. My father would be very pleased.
Yes, it's my turn.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to tell you a story, and despite all my years of legal training, it's hopefully a short story. Although I understand there are a few thousand words hanging around looking for some place I might use them. Just joking. Harriet's family and mine vacationed on the same beach during the summers. Harriet was my younger brother's playmate, And I was first introduced to her when she was 8.5 years old. Time passes, we all grow up, at least some of us. And the next time I saw her on that same beach, she was a senior in dental school. We started dating, we became engaged, we married, and I did not get Morris Goldman as a father-in-law. I got him as a confidant, a friend, someone who could give me practical advice, and incidentally, most of that practical advice was how I could stay married to his daughter. And it must have been very good practical advice because we've been married for 55 years now. The Goldmans lived in a brownstone area. All the houses were made of brownstone. They were attached on both sides, and they were 4- and 5-story walk-ups. He took his bag and he walked up to see his patients. They loved him and he loved them, and he was a wonderful physician and a wonderful diagnostician, thanks to your medical school, and now with you, our medical school. Harriet and I are in reasonably good health. One or the other of us has managed to see a cardiologist, a urologist, a neurologist, an otolaryngologist, a gastroenterologist, a rheumatologist, and more than I can possibly tell you. We call this our ologist group. When we go to our primary care physician, if something is wrong, she refers us to some specialist. And the truth is, I feel like a piece in the jigsaw puzzle. Morris Goldman's patients weren't pieces in a jigsaw puzzle. He treated the whole patient. He was a wonderful physician. So when Harriet suggested she wanted to honor her father, we talked about it and decided on endowing a professorship. And where better to endow a professorship than here? And when we discovered that your medical school had a Department of Family Medicine, everything clicked into place. And the fact that Dr. Tom Peterson was going to be the first recipient of the Morris Goldman Professorship in Family Medicine, that just did it for us. And so here we are. And Tom, congratulations. We're very happy to be here and very happy to see you honored. Thank you for listening to my story.
Thank you so much.
And Dr. Goldman, Mr. Kaplan, thank you so much for those wonderful words. Now we're reaching the end of our program. I'd like to thank the speakers and dignitaries who have joined us here this afternoon and say again how deeply grateful we are to Dr. Harriet Goldman and Mr. Michael Kaplan for making this professorship possible. We all take pride every day in the important research, teaching, and clinical care that our faculty members carry out here at the Larner College of Medicine and the UVM Medical Center. So much of the work they do is enriched by the support of our donors, including many people who have joined us here today. So thank you to the many people who are listening in and joining us. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the people who helped us put this together, the people who make the magic in terms of getting us prepared, and I won't name all of them, but the people that nobody's seeing today who understand the Zoom world and allowed us to have this very meaningful event. So in closing, thank you for attending this special investiture to honor Dr. Peterson and the memory of Dr. Morris Goldman. I've so enjoyed hearing more about this amazing physician. I hope that soon we will be able to gather together in person, and I appreciate you joining us from across the country today. Stay well and stay safe, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.